half forward line, Zane Keenan, Tomas Burke and Larkin Burke the half forward line, and Niall Holmes, Mark Dowling and Kieran Collier the full forward line. No change in the Mount Leinster Rangers team, of course. Leinster champions in 2014, beaten in the All-Ireland final by Portumna, only won the Carlow Intermediate title only 3 years before that, and the ball is in and the game is on here at Moore Park in Portage, and the conditions are perfect, and it looks could well be a very tight game indeed. Mount Leinster Rangers now trained by Brendan Fennelly of Kilkenny, and he's really putting in huge work trying to bring him back to the lofty heights they attained just 3 years ago when they were in the Hurling final, been out of the limelight probably since. But a great tussle of possession down in front of us here, and one of the Bucks has centre half forward, Mossy Burke. He bursts his way forward, delivered the ball off, and a crunching tackle on Dean Delaney, and the first free of the game will be to Camross, and the referee for today's game is James Owens of Wexford. They're free for Camross, dead in the centre of the field, about 10 metres in the stand sideline, and it will be, I'd say, Zane Keenan who will come across the take with the green helmet. But Mossy Burke is down holding his arm. This could be worrying for the Camross man, the centre half forward. He did burst forward, but he got a huge tackle, and he's holding that shoulder down to the arm, but he's a hardy bit of stuff. Are the Burks of Camross, and he takes the hurl and comes away with it, still holding onto the arm. Referee James Owens goes ahead. He's actually been speaking to his linemen to see was anything untoward happen, and he's just speaking to one of the Mount Rangers player, Eddie Byrne, the wing half forward, but the free will be taken by Zane Keenan. So the opportunity for him then to get the opening score of the game for Camross, playing with the breeze in the opening half, throwing crossfield but mostly blowing into the Abbelikes end of the ground here. Zane standing over the ball near his own 65 than he is to the other one, looks at his target inside. Camross trying to get off to a good start and a scoring start with only 1.5 minutes gone in the clock. Rises the ball on the hurl, strikes it low, dropping inside, broken on down by the Mount Leinster Rangers defence. We'll call him the Rangers, and Richie Cody the midfielder, but it comes back out to the corner outside to Niall Holmes, puts it across the face of the goal over there to Kieran Collier. Kieran Collier hits it in low, but got a touch, and it's out for a 65. So another opportunity for Camross as the umpire inside has the hand outstretched, and it'll be another one for Zane Keenan. Didn't get under the last one, hit it low, and almost was cleared, but an opportunity was there for Camross to get the opening score of the game. Less than 2 minutes gone in this game at Moore Park, and the stand just a short shadow out about 20 metres, and then the sun just goes in behind the clouds as I say that. But Zane Keenan to take the free again, 65 metre free. Twist the hurl in the hand and all of the usual style, always the build up, a big intake of breath into the shoulders. 2 minutes and 12 seconds gone, and can Zane get this one over the bar and give Camross the scoring start on that board. Rises the ball, strikes it in, strikes it cleanly and puts it over the bar. The umpire was a bit slow in coming for it, but Camross do eventually get the opening score. 65 metre free from Zane Keenan, and they have the score on the clock with 2.5 minutes gone out of Moore Park. Puck out then will come inside from Mount Leinster Rangers, and Mark Foley hits a long one out to the middle of the field, and up they go. Ball broken down by Eddie Byrne, the wing half forward, falls at the feet of the centre half forward, but he can't get it, and that's Jack Murphy. Still a great battle for possession in the middle of the field, and the linesman hits the flag up and he gives it in favour of Mount Leinster Rangers. And the sideline ball in the first attack of the game then for Mount Leinster Rangers to get this ball in around the square somewhere and try and opportunity of a score. Centre midfielder Richard Cody, or his mid-partner Dermot Byrne with the ball, hits it down along the sideline. Will he be kept in place very near, straight over the sideline? Wasn't a good one, and it looked a little bit soft down there where he hit that ball, but the pitch in perfect condition. Has been a dry week here in Portlaoise. James Owens across, and he's telling the midfielder for Camross, Dara Duggan, to go back a little bit farther. And it's a mighty cut, broken down in that centre, and it's picked up there by Richard Cody, but it's knocked off him again. Camross fighting in bunches there, picked up by the wing half back Gary Kelly. Gary Kelly going forward, the free is given against him, and the Rangers won't be happy with that one, but Camross will be delighted with the free, and James Owens saw something that I didn't see from here, and now he's calling one of the Rangers players out, and they're going to speak to him. Is he going to go into the book as well? He's pointing exactly back, and he's telling another Rangers player to go away, and it's the wing half back Gary Kelly who was given the orders to run away, and it's a midfielder Richard Cody, and he picks up the yellow card. It's very early to pick up a yellow card in a game like this. It's going to be physical. Zane Keenan over the ball again. This one is about 55 metres out, maybe a little bit more. We'll call it 60. Long steps, and Zane rises it, strikes it cleanly, and it's the second score of the game for Zane Keenan, the second score of the game for Camross. Two long range frees, and it's 2 points to no score. And Mount Leinster Rangers 4.5 minutes gone in the game, and Camross lead by 2 points to no score. Puck out will come inside again by Frank Foley. Foley drills it out into the wing. Out here standing on his own is Gary Kelly. Turns around and strikes it into the clouds. This is the first attack. They haven't got it past the 45 yet. They have now, and it's a great catch inside by the corner forward, Kevin McDonald. But Kevin McDonald is being held going forward, and the free will be to Mount Leinster Rangers, and the opportunity for them to get their opening score. Referee James Owen standing at the Statue of Liberty, pointing in the direction of the Camross goal mouth. And this will be an easy one for Rangers to get one back. 2 points and no score here at the Moore Park. 5.5 minutes gone. Number 13 is Dennis Murphy. And Dennis Murphy to pop this one over the bar, I would say, from 40 metres out. 40 metre free. Should be bread and butter stuff to a free taker. But the breeze is blowing against him, and strongly at that. A bitterly cold breeze, cold in the hands. You're holding the hurley. He's taking all the time in the world over it, and rises the ball, strikes it in, puts the ball over the bar, and there's only a point between the sides, and we have 6 minutes gone in the opening half. And Mount Leinster Rangers get their name on the scoreboard up there. Ty Jordan in the goal with his first puck out of the game with 6 minutes gone. Drills it high into the clouds, way down along the far side. Running across for it over there was Larkin Burke, and the ball beats him out over the sideline. Sideline ball then for Mount Leinster Rangers on the far side of the field. It's Edward Cody, the captain. Eddie hits it a long one and a high one right down along the far side. Back covering there is Damien Keenan, probably the longest serving member of the team. But Mount Leinster Rangers win it and try to set up a scoring opportunity. Running out to it and picking it up and taking it on the run was Dean Delaney. Great ball for him. Hit back inside. Picked up by the corner back Michael Dial. Michael Dial coming away with it. Tackled and surrounded and brought to the ground. And good defending there, I would thought, by Mark Dowland. A man who came on as a sub in a number of games and scored crucial goals for Camross, and now getting his place in the starting line here in the first round of the Leinster Club Hurling Championship. But the free given away, and the free will be to Rangers, and it'll be just out to the 45 metre line as the goalkeeper coming out to take it is Frank Foley. He looks at his options. Rangers players running around the square in there looking for a break. He rises the ball, he doesn't strike it well, and it comes across to the side of the field. Zane Keenan is chasing back after. Zane goes in, chips the ball up, turns with the ball then, and goes soloing away. Hand pass outside to Dara Duggan. Dara with the ball now. Hand passes across, but the hand pass wasn't a good one, and it's intercepted by Diarmaid Byrne, and Byrne is brought to the ground. And it'll be a free then for Rangers to level the game up. Coming out to take it is Dennis Murphy. Just 8 minutes gone in the opening half, and Camross lead by 2 points to 1. The opening two scores coming from Zane Keenan and frees. One from a 65, one from 60. Dennis Murphy got one back, but now Rangers have a chance to equalise from about 60 metres out, dead straight in front of the post. Free given away by Camross. Having one possession, they gave it away, and then the foul committed, but hits it high into the clouds, straight over the bar. Dennis Murphy, and they're level here with 8 minutes gone in the opening half. 2 points each out of Moore Park, and Dara Duggan playing in the middle of the field there today. His pass didn't go exactly where he wanted the last time, but we spend best wishes to his dad, and his dad wasn't too well during the week. He was in hospital, I believe, and was attending training in Camross last Sunday when he took ill, so very, very best wishes to him for a full recovery to health. But the son doing well in the middle of the field. Ball's out to the middle. Rangers win it. Tried to hand pass over the head. Picked up and brilliantly back there by Joe Phelan. Joe gives the ball outside, and Dara Duggan, a massive clearance from him right up along the wing. And his father, O'Extra, will be proud of that one. But they're fighting for possession, and it's a huge battle. Comes outside to Zane Keenan. 30 metres out on their own. He's bottled up. Gets the shot in, but he has been fouled. All ends up. So it's the third opportunity of the game for Zane Keenan, I would say. And the free will be only about 30 metres out to the right of the post. 2 points each, 9 minutes gone in the opening half, and Zane Keenan to put Camross ahead again. This is going to be a tough battle for the league champions. I say it'll go right down to the wire. Mount Leinster Rangers, having been in at Hull in the final 3 years ago, but are back now full of fire and full of determination, having won the Cara title again, as Zane faces up to this one to pop it over the bar from about 30 metres out onto the right hand side, and should be no problem to him. Rises it, strikes it, into the clouds it goes again, and Camross lead by 3 points to 2 at Moore Park. And Zane Keenan has got all 3 points so far, and we've 9.5 minutes gone in the opening half. Puck out will come from Frank Foley inside in the goal for Rangers. Absolutely perfect there for Hurling, and so far the game living up to expectations. It's physical, There was plenty of good hurling as well. The puck out comes straight down along the middle. It might go to Zane Keenan. Does gets the hurl to it. Now to control it on the ground and does brilliant to get up into his hand. He's under pressure, but he hits a lovely little ball out under the wing to Dean Delaney. Delaney takes it. He hooks from behind. Tremendous play, but he goes to win the ball back. Then he's brought to ground. He's under pressure and passes a lovely ball inside towards Mossy Buck. Now Delaney got to the ball. Was a bit slow going in and didn't pull, but went straight for the man into the chest with nearly with the knees. And the free given away when I should have been going for the ball first, I would have thought Dean Delaney. But anyway, these things happen in the game. He was being physical. He was making sure his man didn't get it, but in the process gave away the free and an opportunity. But it's a long way out, and out to take it is the midfielder. The midfielder, Richie Cody, and Richie against the breeze will probably drop this one in around the square. He's pointing down the left hand side. Mount Leinster Rangers players running in all directions, giving him the options in there, and particularly over the far side, Dennis Murphy, who has got opening 2 scores for them, both of them from frees. We have a no score from play yet, out along the far side of the field, and it's won, and brilliantly won by Jack Murphy, the centre half forward. He came to ground, he gives it back outside again, out there to Dennis Murphy. Murphy goes for the score. It's at the opening one of the game from play it is, and Dennis Murphy from the far side of the field, under pressure. Camross should have had a ball cleared, but the first game from play then on that far side of the field, and they're back on level terms at the Moore Park with 11 minutes gone in the opening half. Kilcormac Callaghy has scored a goal over in Tullamore, but here at Moore Park the sides are level, 3 points each. 11 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the opening half. Sideline cut in on the far side will be taken by Dermot Byrne. Byrne hits a high one inside. Camross must deal with this one. Joe Phelan has the ball, hand passes it back outside to his centre half back Garrod Burke. Burke up along the wing, grabbed over there by Damien Keenan. He drives it on farther up along the sideline, but the ball breaks kindly for the wing half back Eddie Cody. Cody gives it back to the midfielder Richie Cody. Cody here low along the ground, and the ball picked up opportunity by the Mount Leinster Rangers men and taken on the run by Gary Kelly, and Kelly strikes it, and it is the lead for the first time. No, it's just to the right and wide. Opportunity was there, but the referee with the hand up, what's he doing? Is he giving a free for some bit of a late tackle? I think he is. Yet the ball, he gave the advantage, and the advantage didn't bring anything for the Mount Leinster Rangers men, who was inches wide of the post inside. But it'll be Dennis Murphy who will take the free, and now the chance for him for his 4th score of the game, and to put Mount Leinster Rangers ahead for the first time in this game. This one is 45-50 metres out, I would say. Stop clock will tell us 12.5 minutes gone in the opening half. Taking all his time over this. Every point is vital in receiving treatment on the sideline is Dean Delaney, and he gets the ball. There's Murphy and puts it over the bar, and Mount Leinster Rangers lead 4 points to 3. First time in the game. Murphy with that 50-metre free, so it could have come down to a sharp shooting game between the 2 free takers on either side. 4-3, Mount Leinster Rangers, the Carlow champions, All-Ireland finalists of 3 years ago. Hit then down along the wing. Eddie Byrne with the ball. Eddie hits it high, very high, but it's dropping way out to the right, and to the right and wide. Puck out will come inside again from Ty Jordan. Jordan into the clouds. Under this one is Dara Duggan. Up goes the hands and taken down by Dermot Byrne. Falls at the feet. Nobody picking it up yet, and eventually it's jabbed up by Paul Cody, the wing half forward for the Carlow champions, and gives the ball back outside Eddie Byrne. Eddie cutting on down along the middle. He's tackling, he's a man free and he's outside. He comes along, looks at a target inside, does the full forward, but the full forward drives it out and drives it to the right and wide. Chris Nolan. 2 wides then for Mount Leinster Rangers. 4 points to 3. The Carlow champions lead the Laois champions, and they're playing against the Breeze in the opening half. Are the visitors here at Moore Park. Ty Jordan goes in the middle, grabbed out of the clouds, and that's the feature of the Carlow men so far, that they're handing of the ball in the air. The ball is won by Joe Phelan. Gives the ball outside, out to the wing half back to Darrell Dooley. Dooley with a high one inside. There's 3 against 2 in there, and one of the 3 wins it. It's the corner back McDowell. Dial gives it outside to the other corner back Willie Hickey, and he down along the far side to Paul Cody. Cody turns around and strikes it into the clouds. Now there's work to be done here by the Camross defence, trying to get back is Mick Phelan. Mick beaten for the ball by Kevin MacDonald, and then the referee gives the free against the Camross man on the far side of the field. The road buck was in there. Mick Phelan adjudged to have fouled his man, and the free will be about 23 metres out and about 5 or 6 metres in from the far sideline. And now an opportunity for Mount Leinster Rangers to go 2 points clear. 4-3 the lead with 14.5 minutes gone, almost at the halfway stage of the opening half. Airy and Delaney what a manager he has been with Camross over the past couple of years, and he's running up along my right hand side his plays at the other. He wants something more, I think, out of his attack, but he is 2 against 2 in there now. The free will be taken inside again by Dennis Murphy, and he's got all of the scores so far, and this could be his 5th of the game. This one is only about 23 metres out on the far side of the field. Rises the ball, strikes it cleanly, and umpire is reaching for the flag inside. That's 3 scores in a row for Mount Leinster Rangers, and they take a 2-point lead with exactly halfway through this opening half. Puck out from Tygdorn comes under the shadow of the stand on this side, but grabbed out of the clouds again by Eddie Byrne, and Camross want to think about their puck out strategy, because they're being caught at the moment in the middle of the field. The ball won by Gerard Burke, hits it into the clouds up along the sideline. Grabbed here by Zane Keenan, looks at the post, hits it in. Oh, it's a great score for Zane Keenan. Make that 5 points to 4, because Zane Keenan has got the first score of the game from play for Camross. They're back to within a single point. Mount Leinster Rangers have got 3 in a row with 16 minutes gone in the opening half, and as I said, Zane's first point. Only 2 players have scored in the game so far. 5 points for Dennis Murphy, 4 for Carlo, champions, and 4 points for Zane Keenan. There's a battle of possession in the middle of the field. It's won by Mount Leinster Rangers and Paul Cody. He's been pushed backwards. He tips it off the hurl out to his wing half back on the far side. Eddie Cody, the captain. He drives it back farther to his cornerback Willie Hickey. He's now about 30 metres out from his own line. He turns around, strikes a massive ball way down along the far side of the field, out over the sideline, trying to keep it in play, but down there is Mick Phelan, Mick and Joe, the 2 cornerbacks, Martin Burke fullback, and he will take the sideline cut down there with 17 minutes gone in the opening half. Good open game of hurling, plenty of physicality as well, and it's 5 points to 4 for the Carlow champions. As I say, all of the scores coming from 2 players. They had got 3 points in a row from the 11 to the 15 minute, all from one from Dennis Murphy from playing, the next 2 from frees from 50 metres and 23 metres out, and then Zane Keenan bringing one back, 5-4. Sideline could have been taken on the far side again. The last one went out over the sideline, and it's cut by Damien Keenan, brother of Zane's. Hits a high one into the clouds, but again, great fielding by the Mount Leinster Ranger men. They're catching balls out of the clouds all the time. The ball is pulled on by David Phelan, hits one down the side. It's 2 against 1, breaking the ball down with Joe Phelan, the hurler of the year in Laois. But this time he's beaten for the ball, goes back, coming in strong and pulling strong on the Camross men, but the ball is picked up then by Dennis Murphy. Murphy being pushed out by Joe Phelan. Great play by Joe Phelan, superb, and knocked the ball outside. That was great tenacious play by the cornerback and the hurler of the year. And then Camross man walking into a Mount Leinster Rangers man, I think it's the wing half-back Darrell Dooley, caught him with his shoulder. The referee didn't like it. He's going to call him across, or is he going to take any action? No, I think it was just in the heat of the battle, and he's marking his number into the book, Darrell Dooley, as he walks away. Mount Leinster Rangers back. There was nothing serious about it, but he is going after him with the book now. Is he going to have more than a chat with him? Could this be the second yellow card of the game, one already for one of the Mount Leinster Rangers men early on, and he's having a chat with him this time, and now it's a yellow card for him, and speaking strongly to him as well, and that makes up for one Richard Cody got early on. They're level on yellow cards. On the scoreboard there's a point between the sides. It's 5 points to 4 for Mount Leinster Rangers, but it's now to put them 2 points clear again. The man who's done all the scoring for them is Dennis Murphy, the corner forward, looking at his target inside. Standing with the hurl up is Darrell Dooley, the man who committed the foul in front of him, and this to give him a 2 point lead as we approach the 19th minute of the opening half. Bitterly cold, but the sun is shining, and rising the ball and striking it, and it's just screwed off his hurl, and that's 3 wides for Mount Leinster Rangers, and bit of a let off there for Camross. Camross have yet to produce a wide at the other end of the field. All of Zane Keenan's shots, bar the first one that went short, the rest of them are over the bar. Puck out comes from Tygdorn. Who will win this one? Mount Leinster Rangers will be winning the battle in the middle of the field, and winning the battle in the air in particular, and this time they hit it along the ground. There is Dara Duggan, knocks the ball out, pulled on by Zane Keenan, up along the sideline. It'll run, and just runs about 6 inches out over the end line, and that's the first wide of the game then for Camross on that far side of the field. Goalkeeper inside is Frank Foley. He's been hitting them short, trying to place them left and right and down the centre. What's he looking at this time? The other end of the field is Tygdorn, who's going long all the time, and they haven't exactly worked out so far, except the last one being caught in the air. Good handling by Mount Leinster Rangers. Now the goalkeeper with the puck out. Foley drives it out, drops past the 65 against the breeze. Up go the Camross men, but the ball falls down at her feet, picked up by Garrod Burke, gives the ball back outside, tipped up along the wing and trying to keep it in play. On this side of the field was the corner forward Niall Holmes, but he was ball taken off him by Michael Doyle and puts Mount Leinster Rangers back on the attack down on the far side. Joe Phelan breaks the ball down, running onto it is Garrod Burke. Burke had it on his hurl, was going to strike it, hand past the one inside in the middle for Zane Keenan, says out another corner forward. Kieran Kyler with the helmet, they bottled up by their Mount Leinster Rangers men. There's 5 against 2 there, and they might win the ball, and they do. And Eddie Byrne tries to come away with it. He's bottled up, surrounded. He gets a little hand pass back, just popped it back, and it's popped out again out into the wing, and Rangers come away with it down along the wing. It's intercepted here by Darrell Dooley, and he looks up for his options. Hits one long inside, trying to pick it up. Inside is Mark Dowling, the full forward. Punching tackle coming in on him, but he does well to get back after the ball. Bruce Beatford knocks it away with his hurl again. There is Collar inside. Kieran Collar picked up by Dowling. It's low on the down for Mossy Burke. Burke tries to hand pass it across into the path of Dowling. He can score goals. Shot saved by the goalkeeper. Blocked down. He comes out after it, wins the ball and hits it out to the far side of the field. It was straight at him, but it was a hard shot. But he did well on the sideline ball on the far side of the field. Will beat the Camross. Oh, good pressure by the Camross men. 21 minutes gone then in the opening half, 5 points to 4. Short ball now has been left over there for Zane Keenan, and he can hit those type of ones over the bar. And just inside the 45 metre line. 5-4, 21 minutes gone. Mount Leinster Rangers lead. Hit Lowell on the ground. Picked up by the full forward, Mark Dowling. Hand passes the ball back outside, out to Kieran Collier. Collier turns around, strikes it in. Could do with a score. Can he get one? Oh, just out to the right and wide. Puck out will come inside by Frank Foley. 5 points to 4, 21 and a half minutes gone in this opening half. The Carlow champions lead by that single point. Looking at his options, is he going to go long this time? He is. A little drop just past the short of the 65, broken on down, picked up by Jack Murphy. Murphy couldn't control it, hit up along the wing over here, taken on the run and busting his way forward is Niall Holmes. Holmes did well, but Holmes was brought to the ground. He was being fouled for about 10 metres before eventually he fell, and the referee James Owens from Wexford gives the free, and Zane Keenan will have come across to take it. Amazingly, after 22 minutes of play, only 2 players have scored. 5 points for Dennis Murphy, 4 points from Zane Keenan, and now a chance for Zane Keenan. A goal for Kilcormac Callaghy in Tullamore. 5 points to 4, Mount Leinster Rangers lead by the single point, but now Zane, a chance to equalise. 3 wides for Mount Leinster Rangers, 2 wides for Camross. Can Zane get this one all over the bar, put the size level again? That's no more than they deserve, the league champions. He rises it, he strikes it, and wide. Just didn't get to grips with it, and was just reaching after it as he came up off the hurl. But there'll be plenty of more opportunities for Zane, and he'll get some big scores yet. But still, the Carlow champions lead by 5 points to 4. 23 minutes gone in the opening half. And with the helmets, a change of helmet for a corner forward. Niall Holmes, he wasn't wearing yellow, he's now wearing white. The puck out goes right down along the far side of the field. Mount Leinster Rangers might win it, and they do win it. Picked up down there by the man who's doing all the scoring, Dennis Murphy. Real blocked down, turns back around. Full forwards Chris Nolan. He turns from his left hand side, strikes it in high, strikes it in very high, drops it over the bar. Chris Nolan from play from the sideline on the far side of the field, and it puts Mount Leinster Rangers ahead by 2 points, 6 points to 4, and we have 23 and a half minutes gone in this opening half. Ball is won by Niall Holmes. Holmes goes flying away, hits the ball high inside. Can he get it in? Drops out, and drops out to the left and wide. They're level and wide, 3 wides each. But that one with the breeze just didn't have the conviction and the force behind it, and it was heading for inside the post when it left the hurl, but it just tailed off. Puck out again by Frank Foley. 6 minutes from half time. Carlow champions lead by 4. Ball comes off the fingertips of Mossy Burke. broken down, picked up by the midfielder Richie Cody. Cody does pass wasn't a good one, and over here is Darryl Dooley. Dooley wins the ball under fierce pressure, tries to come back into the middle, tips the lovely little ball forward, but it was just too high for Mossy Burke, and he has to chase back after the centre half back David Phelan, who drills one down along the far side of the field. Tricky Joe Phelan is out to it. Joe just beaten for the ball this time by Dennis Murphy, but he will put fierce pressure on him. Then running in and running straight into him was the man who started with number 17 in his back, Lurkin Burke. It's about the third time in the game that has happened, a frontal challenge, and the referee not too happy with it this time either, and he gives the free to Mount Leinster Rangers with 5 minutes from half time. The chance for them to go 3 points clear for the first time. And scoring opportunities up front, not just coming freely for Camross at the moment, and not able to make any headway through that resolute Mount Leinster Rangers defence. And a team that's growing in confidence under Brendan Fennelly of Kilkenny. And of course they have the experience of having been in All-Ireland final before, and been there 3 years ago winning Leinster titles. A team that only won the intermediate thing in 2012, won a county final in 2013, and then went on and won the county Leinster, and defeating the All-Ireland final of 2014 should have said, 3 years ago. Now the free on the far side of the field between the 65 and 45 will be taken by Dennis Murphy. Or we'll give him about 55 metres out. This free hasn't missed so far. Looking at his target inside. 4 minutes in the break. Hits it high. Hits it out to the right and wide, so he's wide. Makes up for the wide from Zane Keenan. 2 points is the gap still. 6 points to 4. 4 minutes from half time. Puck out comes high, dropped into 65 the other end of the field. Picked up by Zane Keenan. Taps a lovely one outside. Out there to Dean Delaney. Dean Delaney has one look and puts it over the bar. And where there could have been 3, there's now only 1. 1 point now between the sides. There could have been 3 a moment ago because Dennis Murphy had a free that he sent wide of the post. That would have put 3 in it, but from the puck out, the ball came out to Zane Keenan. He tapped it outside to Dean Delaney on the wing, and with 26 minutes gone, 3.5 minutes from the break, and it's a great battle here at the Moore Park, no doubt about that. And it's Camross who are back within a single point, 6 points to 5. They're tussling for possession on the far side of the field, and it's eventually won by them. Mossy Burke has the ball, tries to hand pass it back. Dara Duggan came in late for the ball, but the ball was tipped out over the sideline. The sideline ball will be to Camross on the far side, outside the 65. Is the Gerard Burke over there with the ball? Now he's standing in the middle of the field. The ball is left to Damien Keenan on the far side, about 67 metres out. Camross playing with a strong breeze in the opening half, but they're behind by a single point, 6-5. Placing the ball and placing it carefully, getting a bit of grass under this Damien Keenan on the far side. Linesman says bring it back a foot if it made any difference on that far side of the field. And there's only one spectator over there basking in the sun. It's cold as well. Now he had to hurl up the sun out of his eyes, but he hits a high one into the clouds, up to go inside. But Mount Leinster Rangers are there in numbers, and the Carloman and the full back, Richie Kelly. Kelly comes out of the ball, gives it outside to Eddie Cody, but he's blocked down brilliantly so. And pressure being put on by Mark Dowling in there and by Mossy Burke, and eventually the foul is committed, and down off the ball out in the middle, about between the 45 and 65. There's a Carloman down injured, and the referee's going to have a chat with his linesman on the far side, and well, we hope a Camross man is not in trouble here, because something happened off the ball. The Camross man is saying his jersey was being pulled, or his tug was being pulled, but the Carloman picked up more of an injury than that. He's on the ground, the physios are in, and this well, if it looks like it looks on the field, somebody could be in trouble, and hopefully it's not too severe. There's still a long discussion going on. Linesman from Kilkenny on the far side of the field, the referee is from Wexford, and we'll see as the book coming out, and as the book comes out, somebody could be in trouble. Still a long discussion going on. Still the player is being tended to on the ground, and physios in and mentors are in. And there's a little bit of worry now, I'd say, creeping in, but there's no book out as yet, or is there? No, both men. Referee walks away, doesn't seem to be going after anybody, or is he? He's facing in, he's calling a man back now, is he? Waiting for the ball. No, I think there's going to be no action, so he must have slipped. He wasn't pushed. Will there be a free in the centre of the field? There's a man standing either side. I think it's Mark Dowling is there, and we have Eddie Cody there, the captain, and the man who's on the ground, I'm not too sure. And now the referee has the book out. Referee has the book out, and what action is he going to take here? He's writing the name in that book. It's the number 17, Larkin Burke, who started the game in place of Andrew Collier. And Larkin Burke, the Mount Leinster Rangers man, is still down on the ground. The referee has the book out, has the name written. He has no card. He's talking to both players now. So he's talking to both players. So we could end up with 2 yellow cards here. He's having a word with the Carlow man as well. I'm with Larkin Burke. This is a long deliberation. As long as he deliberated with the linesman, he's doing 2 minutes additional time to be played. We're gone just on seconds from the break. He's having severe words with James Owens, and he's giving a yellow card to both players. So Larkin Burke with the yellow, and we'll see which of the Carlow men got one as well. It's the wing half back. Picked up that one, so yellow card, both. Happy all around. And the free will come from goalkeeper Frank Foley, back inside his own 45. Hits it into the clouds. It'll drop outside the semicircle. Dara Duggan is under, comes off his fingertips, knocked away again, picked up by Kevin MacDonald, the corner forward. Kevin MacDonald hits it in, but he hits it to the right and wide. Let off for Camross. They're still trailed by a single point, 6 points to 5. Can they get the equaliser before half time? A half a minute of additional time has been played. 2 minutes was signalled. Long ball straight down along the middle. Oh, trying to grab it there with Dean Delaney. He left out his hand, but he does well to go after it. Had it in his hand, dropped it again, and just runs away from him, but the Carlow man can't get it up either. He does it at about the third or fourth attempt. It's a full forward, Chris Nolan, playing deep out the field. Joe Phelan has the ball. Hurler of the year gets it, gives it outside. Dara Duggan's piled it inside, drop about 30 metres out, but there's seems to be about 4 Rangers men back there to the 2 Camross men out near the sideline. Over here, Zane Keenan keeps it in play under his left hand side, but he had it up, held up too long, and it was blocked down. And the sideline ball will be to Camross on the Rangers 65. He seemed to have it left out there for an age, and inviting the man to block it down. Well, there was yellow cards all around at the end of the deliberation. Larkin Burke got a yellow, so also the Eddie Cody, the captain of the Mount Leinster Rangers side. Now it's a sideline ball here for Zane Keenan. He was blocked down when he was going for the point. He's 65 metres out. Hits it low on the ground, and he might get a return ball, but he just nods, picked up and chipped up on the sideline by Richie Cody. Gives the ball back outside, picked up by Mark Dowling. Dowling comes away with it. Young man, only 19 or 20 years of age, and cuts on down along the middle, strikes it off the hurl for the equaliser, but it's not going to make it. It goes out to the left and wide, and the jeers go up from Mount Leinster Rangers. They were looking for something more before that. It's still 6-5. 32 minutes played in the opening half. 2 minutes of additional time more signalled. The referee, I think, could be calling for the ball. As I said again, we have had 6 points to 5 with the referee blow the half-time whistle. A shootout has been in the opening half between Zane Keenan and Zane picking up 4 of the points for the Camross men. The other point coming from Dean Delaney from the middle of the field, but all 5 of the other scores coming from Dennis Murphy, with the extra one coming from Chris Nolan. Highly competitive game here, but I said at the start of it, it'll go down to the wire, and it looks like this Mount Leinster Rangers team are not going to go away anytime soon. It'll be right down for the next 30 minutes and more. Half time at Moore Park. It's 6 points for Mount Leinster Rangers, 5 for Camross. Cormac Leahy down to 14 men. Stephen, Leonard. But here at Moore Park, second half just about underway, and the referee throws in the ball, 6 points to 5-10. The Rangers of Carlow lead Camross, and Camross under a bit of pressure, and one at half time. We're just speaking in the press box, and most people here fancying the Carlow champions to come through this one. But we'll see. Camross will fight at the bitter end. They're only a point behind. They haven't been playing well in the opening half, and back after the ball then is full forward Mark Dowling, but it's cleared up along the field. Back there's Gerard Burke, hand passes the ball outside to Damien Keenan. Damien hit a long one way down along the far side. It was for Jane Keenan to chase after, but he didn't get there quickly. That was Michael Doyle wins the ball. Hand passes the ball outside to Gary Kelly, the wing half back now with the breeze in their backs. Mount Leinster Rangers flying up along the far side. Gary Kelly tries to hit it off the hurdle, dropped it, hit it along the ground, pulled them back inside. Out to it is Eddie Byrne. Eddie just knocked out over the sideline ball will be the Camross on the far side of the field. Minute gone in the second half. Mount Leinster Rangers lead by a single point, 6 points to 5. Sideline ball to Camross, who will take it on the far side. Michael Phelan, I think it is. Back there to take it about 35 metres out. Darrell Dooley it is with the red helmet. Darrell now, can he get this one right down along the field? Cuts it well into the middle. Mossy Buck put the hand up, but it was cut off as he went up, and away come Mount Leinster Rangers with the ball. Hand pass back outside onto the wing. Picked up over there. Now they're trying to make progress. Centre half forward to Jack Murphy. Leaves the ball outside out there to Paul Cody. Cody goes for the shot, goes for the score. Hopping in, pops the ball in and pops it over the bar. Paul Cody with the ball. Popped over the bar, and now it's 7 points to 5. And Camross will want to be careful here, not let these lads away and end up chasing the game. And from the puck out to win it, and they come back again. Ball knocked in around the square, danger here, but Joe Phelan averts the danger, comes away with the ball, hand passes it outside for Gerard Burke. And Gerard comes flying away with the ball, and he's gone through the 45, he's gone through the 65, he's still going strong, puts back inside in the middle, had a little bit of a stumble, but hit the ball along the ground, picked up by Mark Dowling. Dowling takes on the defence and goes through the 45. They have an open the open half, and his hand pass is not a good one, hit it straight at the body of the Mount Leinster Rangers men, and they come away with the ball. Knocked off again. Good play inside by Lorkenbrook. But it's won back by Mount Leinster Rangers. Back there is Chris Nolan. He's played full forward. He's playing in the middle of the field. He goes for a score. He goes on the opening half. He's reeled in. It's dropping in around the square. Ball is up and down. Oh, Camross hurled just and knocked it away. Picked back up outside again. Turning over the head. Knocked in. Knocked over the bar. Just three between the sides. It's a great start in the second half for Mount Leinster Rangers. And it's that man Dennis Murphy who picks up another one. He got 5 in the opening half. Murphy with that one pops it over the bar from play. And it's 8 points to 5, 3 between the sides. Substitution on the Mount Leinster Rangers side. Coming in is the number 17, who is Ted Joyce. And coming off on this side is Eddie Byrne. Puck out comes and drops into the standards, won by the Mount Leinster Rangers, and a rejuvenated side. Centre half forward, hits it in, there wasn't a good one. Picked up back in there by Joe Phelan, gives the ball back outside then to Kieran Collier, who's way out from his corner forward position. Broke an almighty catch out of the clouds in there by the corner forward. Niall Holmes turns around, hits it in, hits it over the bar. Niall Holmes. Three and a half minutes gone. Well, a point for Camross to drag one back, but Mount Leinster Rangers get in the opening 2 scores in the second half. It's 8 points to 6, 2 between the sides. Paul Cody got the first one, a magnificent point from the far side. Then Dennis Murphy from play, and then Camross striking back with a point from Niall Holmes from play. But it's the game beginning to open up, and Mount Leinster Rangers looking strong at half time. The general consensus in the press box was that they would win this game. But on the ball now is with Paul Cody. Cody 20 metres out, hits it in high. Oh, comes on the crossbar and over the bar. Goalkeeper beaten, but it just hit the crossbar and popped over the bar. And they seem to be flying it now, the Mount Leinster Rangers, but they lead by 3, 9 points to 6, 3 between the sides. But that could have been a goal and could have been disaster for Camross. Mount Leinster Rangers, what have we gone? 4 minutes gone now in the second half. They've won the puck out again in the middle of the field. They're winning most of the balls out there. Ball hand pass inside in the middle, picked up by Chris Nolan. Knocked off him out there by Darragh Duggan. Back outside to Zane Keenan. Zane from his own 65. Whips one in. Is that a score? Oh, what a score from Zane Keenan. From his own 65. These are the type of scores he can produce and badly needed at this stage, and we're back to a 2-point game again. 9 points to 7, 2 between the sides. Zane Keenan, magnificent from his own 65, pops it in over the bar. Badly needed score at this stage of the game. Keep them in touch. 4.5 minutes gone now in the second half. It's 9 points to 7 in favour of the Carlow champions. Going high for the ball was the corner forward, Kevin McDonald, but he dropped it, picked up by Garrod Burke, hand pass forward to Mossy goes away with it, Mossy Burke still going strong, he pops it out into the wing, out there to Dean Delaney hits one straight to Mount Leinster Ranger man who was standing about 35 metres out, and he pushed them back on the attack. Poor use of the ball, but the ball is broken down on the far side. Joe Phelan fighting for it, but he's beaten for it this time, and that's a rarity. Going back, getting the hurling, but Joe comes back and wins it again, but the referee has the book out, because I think Darrell Dooley, and Darrell picked up a yellow in the opening half, and he just a little slap at the hurdle. Darrell did pick up a yellow in the opening half, and he picked up another one here. He could be in trouble. Who's he put in the yellow card? Is it Joe Phelan? I'm not sure. Yes, Darrell Dooley is gone. That's a disaster for Camross, down to 14 men. And just a little slap at a hurl, but a slap is a slap, and it made connection. The Mount Leinster Ranger man down on the ground. So yellow and red for Darrell Dooley, and this is going to make it a real uphill battle now for Camross. Down to 14 men so early in the second half. Darrell Dooley still standing over there, can't believe it. But the referee tell him to get off the field in no uncertain terms. Darrell isn't moving, he wants to know what do they do. But with 6 minutes gone in the second half, 14 men Camross, and Darrell is still appealing to the referee, and the referee is telling him to go to the sideline, but he's in no hurry to go, and still standing arguing the toss with the referee. But the referee has made his decision. He has shown the yellow, he has shown the red, and Darrell, who's having a fine game and picked up one for an old shoulder in the opening half, and now picking up one for a bit of a slap at the hurl over there, and the free is to Mount Leinster Rangers. And it will be the corner forward Dennis Murphy who will take it again and pop this one over the bar and put 3 between the sides again, I would say. Murphy gets it, hits it in, hits it straight, hits it wide. Oh, hits it wide, so there's some bit of justice over there. Murphy wide from that one. And as Darrell Dooley still comes across to the sideline, still barely making his way down. He hasn't made the sideline as yet. Absolutely disgusted. And the linesman with the flag up on this side of the field, and there's another sub coming on from Mount Leinster Rangers, so number 18, Derek Byrne, goalkeeper inside, ready to hit the ball out. Who's going to be taken off this time? They've already brought on a sub in the second half, and I think Camross were thinking about a substitution over there as well. Darrell Dooley is throwing the helmet back into somebody else on the field. I think it's to Damien Keenan, his helmet, and Damien swaps it black for a red. And as coming off, just seeing who's coming off the team. It's the man who's been doing all the scoring, Dennis Murphy, who has come off. And Murphy off, but he has a heavy bandage around the knee, and coming in is the number 18 coming in for him. Meanwhile, back at play on the far side of the field. It's a sideline ball for Mount Leinster Rangers. 9 points to 7, 2 between the sides, and what a let off. That one just in front of the post going wide a minute ago from Murphy, and I think that was maybe the catalyst room being taken off, because with another heavier bandage being put on again. The sideline cut comes in, broken down inside there by Garrod Burke, falls to the feet of a number of players. Camross trying to work it up, and they do. It's Garrod Burke who wins it, hits the ball outside to Joe Phelan. Joe slips by trouble, skips it by, but he was hooked from behind to try to strike it, and now he's in a bit of trouble. He falls to the ground, and the ball falls away from him, and it's picked up by Mount Leinster Rangers, and trying to make their way forward with Paul Cody, but it's taken off of him again. Zane Keenan back there doing tremendous work, but he falls to the ground. Ball went over it. Mossy Burke after this one. Mossy couldn't get it over with one hand, taken off him by the wing half back Edward Cody. Strike one out into the side, but it'll be a Camross man there first, and picked up over here, and hand passed outside to see Burke down along the wing again. Long ball down, couldn't keep it in play. The corner forward, Niall Holmes, is out over the sideline. Gone a little bit scrappy in the last couple of minutes. 39 minutes played in the game, 9 minutes into the second half, and it's Mount Leinster Rangers who lead by 9 points to 7. Hear the roar of the crowd down here. Both crowds, and the rightful crowd at Dunmore Park, and they're standing, they're urging their men on. Linesman is in, he wants the Camross man to come back farther from the ball. The referee's in, pulling them back, but they're not too anxious. They want to get in close to the action. And it's down there is Niall Holmes, who wanted to be closest. Standing in front of him is Dermot Byrne. The sideline cut will be taken by the centre half back David Phelan. Cuts a mighty one into the clouds to the cheers of the Rangers supporters. But it's cut out back there by the Camross defence, but it's not clear as yet. Picked up instead by one of the substitutes, Ted Joyce. Ted Joyce gets it in, and here's the roar of the crowd now as Ted Joyce puts that one over the bar, and there's 3 between the sides. Camross with it all to do, down to 14 men, 10 points to 7. 10 minutes gone now in the second half, and it's Mount Leinster Rangers who lead by 3 points after the ball. It was Mark Dowling, but the ball was touched in the hand on the ground, and Arian Delaney, who was about a foot away from it, says to the referee he was an inch away from the grass. Camross going to bring in a sub. Who will that be for? They have to rejig their team now. Coming in is going to be Andrew Collier, who was listed to start but didn't, and they had a couple of men on yellow cards, and one man who was on the yellow card gone off. 14 men. Arian Delaney, what can he do now? What plan can he pull? The free will be taken. Goalkeeper hits it high, hits it very high, but hits it way out and out to the left and wide. A wide for Mount Leinster Rangers. They had 4 in the opening half, the same as Camross. On the scoreboard is 10 points to 7. The Carla champions leading leash. Puck out will come from Ty Jordan. A long one down along the far side, but the aerial possession has been won by Camross. Mossy Burke walks into the ball, walks into his man as well. It's tipped back outside. Tipped out there for Kieran Collier. Collier down along the wing. He takes possession and goes away with the ball. Tipped off his hurl. Great defending by Mount Leinster Rangers, and picked up by the winger back Gary Kelly. Kelly turns around and strikes it. It'll drop on the semicircle. Little Joe Phelan's back there. Breaks the ball down, but his man gets out of front and picks it up and turns around and strikes it in and strikes it over the bar. Sorry for that interruption there, back online then again, and John Dowling in after the ball. He threw it over the head with about 7, 8 Mount Leinster Rangers men back there, back defending in force. It's 7 points to 11, 4 between the sides. Second point coming from Ted Joyce, a substitute at 1 minute to go. Ball broken down again, picked up this time by the centre half-back Gerard Burke. He comes flying away, straight down along the middle, strikes it off the hurl, hits it high, but hits it to the right and hits it to the right and wide. Things are not going for at the moment. Wayne Palmer is a huge loss to this attack, to the Camross attack, and has been all day. 11 points to 7, a playmaker, a score getter, a score taker as well, and ruled out of course with that leg injury picked up a couple of weeks ago. It's a 4-point game, 5-point game in Tullamore. Kilcohy leading by 5 points in Tullamore. It's 4 points behind the sides here. High ball broken down in the middle by Gerard Burke, picked up again on the wing. Damien Keenan and hit on by Zane Keenan, way down on the far side. One field is a long way out from a scoring position as Mount Leinster Rangers move up to the defence again, way up along the far side. Across to it, trying to win the ball is Michael Phelan, pushing Kevin MacDonald out. MacDonald chips up the ball. It's a backwards. He's on the ground is MacDonald, surrounded by Camross players, and one of them is going to pick it up, and it's the cornerback, and the cornerback is Michael Phelan. Hits a high one down, but there seems to be loads and loads of red and black shirts back there. Trying to chip his way inside was Niall Holmes, fighting hard for the ball. Back inside there, Dara Duggan. But away come Rangers again. Lovely hand pass popped outside to Dermot Byrne. Byrne turns around and strikes it. Into the clouds goes Dermot Byrne, but the ball is out to the right and wide. Another sub I think going to be brought in, and this time it's another Mount Leinster Rangers man. It's the number 23, John Cody. Loads of Codys on the team. Took out luck, come first. Outside. Grabbed out in the middle of the field. Turning with the ball. Camross are in possession. Ball hand pass back across. Picked up over here by Damien Keenan. Dave Keenan goes for the score. Badly needed score. Popped over the bar. Damien Keenan with a fine point. Back to a 3-point game. Not 11 to not 8. 3 between the sides. Camross hadn't scored for what? We're now in the 14th minute of the second half. They hadn't scored since the 4th. when Zane Keenan will pop one over. That's a bad linear score. Another sub coming on for Camross. This time it's Malvin Maloney. Hugely experienced player. Where are they going to bring him? Deep into the defence, I think, and Joe Phelan's going to come out onto the far side, and could be Dara Duggan. I think there's going to be a call ashore. Malvin Maloney again. So they're rejigging their defence and bringing someone into the middle of the field, bringing Joe Phelan out farther. Malvin Maloney wearing number 18. In possession of the ball from the puck out on the far side is Gary Kelly for Rangers. Ball drops inside the defence, across to it and winning it. The man who's made a huge difference, Ted Joyce. He has scored 2 points, come on as a sub. Hits it inside into the middle of Chris Nolan. Nolan shoots and Nolan puts it over the bar. Oh, it's coming too easy now for the Mount Leinster Rangers man. And it was Ted Joyce, the man who made it again. Why wasn't he in the field from the start? Back to a 4-point game, 12 points to 8, 4 between the sides. We have 15 and a half minutes gone in the second half. The puck out in the far side of the field, and it's 3 against 3 fighting for it over there. After the ball was Zane, corner forward, Kieran Collier, back outside, picked up by little Joe Phelan, gives it to his centre half back, Gerard Burke, hits it in high, but unless you can place these balls, because Mount Leinster Rangers have 1, 2, 3, 4, have 5 players against 3 back there. Not only have they an extra man, they've 2 extra men, and the ball goes high the other end of the field. It's broken down to Richard Cody. Cody turns around and strikes it back in around the square. Malvin Maloney breaks the ball down. Well, it's a gap of 4 points now, and it's not looking good for Camross. They're down to 14 men. Sent off with his second yellow card for the Camross members, Darryl Dooley, and he wasn't too happy about that. Little tip on the far side of the field. He was sent off for 6 minutes of the second half. It was all Mount Leinster Rangers. Ted Joyce, come on as a sub, hit 2 points in play. Damien Keane, the wing up back, got back 1 for the Camross men. Back to a 3-point game after 14 minutes. Then Chris Nolan, set up by Ted Joyce, that sub, he popped it over the bar. It's 8 points to 12. We have 16 and a half, almost 17 minutes gone in the second half. Standing over the ball is Zane Keenan. He's between his 65 and 45 on his own end of the field. Well, at the moment they're getting scores hard to come by inside, and they need to get scores. 4 between the sides. He rises it, he strikes it. It's a massive strike. Dropping in around the square. Up goes the goalkeeper. Pass the ball out. Fell at the feet outside of Niall Holmes. Holmes wins the ball, but he is known. He's been forced back out onto his left hand side. Whips it in, whips it over the bar, down to a 3-point game. Camross are not going to go away. They'll fight to the bitter end. They've won more games in the last couple of minutes probably than any other team in Ireland. 9 points to 12. They trail by 3. Holmes with that fine point. Camross only their 4th score of the second half, and we have 17 and a half minutes gone in the second half. Plenty of time left, but they're down a man as well, down to 14 since what was it, about the 6th minute of the second half. Ball falls kindly to the head. Gerard Burke is over the ball, breaks the ball down. Fighting on his knees is Damien Keenan, and up with the ball, somehow he got it. Hand passes the ball forwards, inside to Larkin Burke. Burke away with the ball, hits a high one across the far side, but it's 4 against 2, but it might fall for 1 of the 2, and it does, inside for Mark Dowland. Dowland turns around, puts it over the bar. Camross are back in the game. Great score by Mark Dowland, great play by Damien Keenan, and he pops it over the bar, and we're down to a 2-point game again, 10 points to 12. And the clock will tell us 18 minutes gone in the second half. There's 12 minutes left. There's a lot of hurling to be done yet. Mark Dowland getting a fine score. He's the only player who's been trying to open up the Mount Leinster Rangers defence when he gets the ball. Bit far out from goal. Joe Phelan wins a great ball. He's now playing in the half back line since Malvin Maloney came on. Coming away with the ball. Lovely hand pass forward again into the pad of Kieran Collier. Collier though lost the ball. 3 men around, but he's fouled this time. And Mossy Burke gives the fist pump on the far side of the field. And Zane Keenan will take the free, and we could be down to a 1-point game. Look like for Camross are almost dead and buried, but they're never dead and buried. The character they show and the pride they have in that jersey up in Camross and in the field of play is something to behold. And standing over the ball, twisting the hurl in the hand now is Zane Keenan. This could be 3 in a row for Camross from 3 different players, as he was doing all the scoring in the opening half. But this to make it back to a 1-point game again would be something to achieve with only 14. Zane hits this one, hits it strong, hits it over the bar. We're down to a 1-point game. Zane Keenan with the free from the middle of the field, and the stopwatch will tell us 19 minutes gone in the second half. 12 points to 11 then. In for a grandstand finish the last 10 minutes of the game. The crowd are rising to it. Mount Leinster Rangers come with huge support here to O'Moore Park today. Ball comes off the centre half back, David Phelan. He dropped the ball. Now he's been pressurised, but he hand passed the ball out to a man outside, Edward Cody. Cody with the ball. Long one across the far side of the field. chasing in after the ball. Now he's our number 17, Ted Joyce, who has got 2 points and met another. Is he going to get a third? Onto his left hand side, he strikes it in. That's a great score from Ted Joyce. That's some return from the sub into the second half. And we're back to a 2 point game again. 13 points to 11. 19 and a half minutes gone in this second half. Over 10 minutes of normal time to play. Mossy Burke breaks the ball down, coming in strong into it was Larkin Burke, but it's won by the Rangers men, but it's going to be hit out straight over the sideline. And the Leinster Rangers men are disgusted with that, and particularly Brendan Fennelly on the sideline. Sideline ball then will be to Camross. Damien Keenan will take it. He's a good cutter of a ball. But Leinster Rangers with an extra man on the field. 10 minutes left in the game. He's trying to get a bit of grass to place it on. The linesman standing very, very near him. Fennelly shouting his men off on the sideline, issuing instructions to cover them all up, and he has an extra man to cover, waving his hands in the air as Damien Keenan hits it right down along the side, falls down there at the feet of Larkin Burke. Carnaman lies on the ball on the ground on the sideline. The free will be to Camross. A chance to narrow that gap again. It'll be Zane Keenan, who's standing right beside the ball, who will take this one, and the referee James Owens of extra telling the Mount Leinster Ranger players to get away out of that. Standing over the ball then, Keenan. Early one in the opening stage, he dropped it short. He made up for him in the 65 coming, pops it over the bar, but has been immaculate since from frees. Now to drop this one over and to bring it down to the minimum again. 9 minutes left in the game. And Zane Keenan looks at the target inside. The left toe just in front of the ball. He rises it, strikes it cleanly. And Zane Keenan with the free. 12 points at 13. Camross, 21 and a half minutes gone in this second half. That's a 1 point game. Puck out to the far side of the field. He's won by that man Ted Joyce. He's going for another score. Drops it across the face of the goal. Broken down inside. And great play by Malcolm Maloney back in there. Took his man down. Mightn't have been legal, but he got away with it. And Camross come back again looking for something. But it's 1 against 3 up there. But Dowling tries to win the ball. And that's Mark Dowling. Surely he was fouled, but he picked the ball up by Mossy Burke. Pop back outside. Taken on the run by Andrew Collier, but he drives it wide from on the semicircle. Tackled heavily as he did so. And Aina Lyons, the physio, with the Camross men in to have a look at the Mark Dowling. That was a great opportunity to equalise the game. Getting in, getting the shot in was Andrew Collier, the substitute. He was under pressure, was tackled as he did so, but just drove the ball out to the right and wide. 7.5 minutes left in the game. 13 points for Mount Leinster Rangers, 12 points for Camross. It should have been level. We should have been in for a real grandstand finish. Mount Leinster Rangers still with an extra man on the field, and they have had for most of the second half, but they only lead by a single point. Camross have upped their game, but they need scores now for to win this one. They need to get level, they need to go ahead. They have 7 minutes left to do so. Mark Dowling is still down injured, still the physio is working on him. But Mark Dowling still on the ground, and he really is a dangerous former, a player who's come on in leaps and bounds this year for the Camross men. Earned his place in this team, and Arian Delaney is over to have a look now and see how bad it is. But he hasn't moved it down now. Arian Delaney makes this sign to the sideline for a substitution, and we'll see who's going to come on from here. There's helmets being handed out, but Mark Dowling, a player who could well have grabbed the score around the last couple of minutes. He won't be on the field of play now, and that's another huge loss to Arian Delaney and his Camross men. Mount Leinster Rangers warming up a man as well. Dowling's back on his feet. And that was a hefty tackle he took, and being warmed up with the number 21. And the number 21 is young Andrew Mortimer, 20 years of age. Gets a drink out of a bottle on the sideline, and still Mark Dowling hasn't stirred on the field. He's back on his knees now. 21, Andrew Mortimer, a real skillful young player. And could he be the man? He certainly can score. He certainly can show some signs of wizardry, but Mark Dowling got a mighty clatter that time, and he's still very, very shaky. on his feet as the physio links him off to the sideline. Will be 5.5 minutes left now, and Mark Dowland's making his way across to the sideline. He's been replaced by young Andrew Mortimer, and he's coming across gingerly, so the physio with his arm around him. He's not going too fast. He's not able to go fast, as I see another sub coming on from Mount Leinster Rangers. We've 5 minutes left in the game. There's a point between the sides. 13 points to 12. Mount Leinster Rangers lead. Another sub coming on for Camross. This time it's number 19, Matthew Collars, coming on. And see who he's coming on for. They're emptying the bench now to try and pull this one out of the fire, and out of the fire they have to pull it. They're only behind by a point, but scores are at a premium, and still Mark Dowland hasn't made the sideline. Is it just a head injury? Is it a shoulder injury? He looks very, very uncomfortable. Looks to be a shoulder, and he's onto the sideline now. Play will resume with a puck out. Seems to be a long time ago since Frank Foley. We have a good bit of injury time. 25.5 minutes gone. 4.5 minutes of normal time left. Puck out comes inside from Frank Foley. It'll drop the other end of the field. Up go the hurls, up go the hands, falls to the feet. It could be there for Camross and picked up by the centre half back, Roadbrook. He's had a fine game. Hand passing the ball outside, out into the wing. Larkenberg comes flying away with the ball knocked off the hurl, out over the sideline. The sideline ball will be to Camross. 67 or 68 metres out. Zane Keenan out to take it. He has to come in a couple of yards because there's muck down there in front of him. A point between the sides. Camross battling strongly with 14 men. What can Zane do with this? He was looking for a short one. He may go along. There's an extra man inside operating as a sweeper. 14 men. Camross hits it low down along the sideline. Down there after the ball. Picking it up is Andrew Collier. Collier who missed the opportunity. Can he get another one? Hits it in high. And this time hits it short. Goalkeeper grabs it inside the edge of the square. His tackle coming out of the ball. Still in possession of the ball. Did he overcarry it? No, to the referee. He was being fouled and gives a free out. Camross were looking for a free out. .26.5 minutes gone. 3.5 minutes left. Puck out goes to the far side of the field. The free out. Foul committed surely over there by Marcy Moore, but he got away with it. Thankfully for Camross. Down along the sideline, but it didn't go where it was intended. Back to cover the ball. And up his wing half forward Andrew Collier. Collier turns around and strikes a high one in there, but it's 3 against 2. But then it's 1 by 1 of the 3. Hand pass back outside. Out there to Paul Cody. Cody in possession. Fierce pressure being put on by Larkin. Burke. The ball is cleared. The lines are cleared up along the far side of the field. But back there, Mossy Burke. Great play by him. Down along the wing, down for Larkin. Out over the sideline ball again. The chance is still there. Could have manufactured a score to get an equaliser out of this one. Send it to extra time maybe. And have 15 men back on the field again. Zane Keenan with the free. He has no one to hit it to. Little Joe Fela making a run down along the far side. That's a long, long way away. Zane up the hands. Where am I to do? Where am I to hit it from? He's on his own 65. Looking for a target. He has no target. He goes long and low, but it didn't work out where it was supposed to go, where he intended to go, but it might work out yet. Running onto the ball, Kieran Collier turned around, he's blocked down, and brilliantly so, but comes back and gets the hurling to knock it away. It's there for Zane if he can pick it up. Zane Keenan with the ball, 45 metres out, hits it high, hits it into the clouds, dropping in, goalkeeper will grab it on the edge of the small square and drives it away across to the far side. Chances going to beg it for Camross. Back after the ball at Joe Phelan. Hits the ball back, but it was trying to slip back there and win the ball at Camross, and they do win it. But it's not cleared as yet. Back there is one of the subs, Malvin Maloney. Ball back outside, out to the middle. Chances there, but it blocks. Oh, great block down on the Camross man. And won by the Mount Leinster Rangers man. And the foul coming again. Dragging him to the ground was Damien Keenan. Oh, there was no need for it, but in desperate situations, desperate things happen and desperate measures take place. But the free is there now for Mount Leinster Rangers. It's 60 metres out. It's dead straight in front of the post to put 2 between the sides with 1.5 minutes left of normal time. We'll have about 5 at save additional. The linesman has gone in to see exactly what it is. What signal will he make to the box or to anybody else? He's back right on the sideline. 5 minutes of additional time to be played. Tony Marr, former Laois referee, he makes the signal up to the press box. 5 to be played. Down there is Sean Mortimer beside him, looking for a little bit more. Man who's running for chairman of the Laois County Board in a couple of weeks' time. The present vice chairman. Camross man, of course. The free is taken by Chris Nolan. Hits it in, hits it high, hits it over the bar, Chris Nolan. 29.5 minutes played. Mount Leinster Rangers with Chris Nolan popping it over the bar. 2 points between the sides. Camross now need a goal. Need a couple of points anyway. They'll have 5 minutes to do so. Unless Mount Leinster Rangers get a couple of more scores. And they come away with the ball from the puck out and go for a score. Hitting it high, but this one's going to be way wide of the mark as it goes out to the right and wide. Tight Jordan with the ball. Another sub on Mount Leinster Rangers. Kevin MacDonald has gone off. The ball broken down. More determination from the Mount Leinster Rangers man. The ball is picked up, taken on the run by Gary Lawler. Hits the ball low inside. That man Ted Joyce, who has scored 2 points. And he scored 3 in fact. Gives the ball across the end to Chris Nolan. Nolan turning and twisting. He has scored 2 or 3 points as well. Ball back outside to Dermot Byrne. Byrne goes for the score and puts it over the bar. Dermot Byrne with the score. 3 points between the sides. And we're right on 30 minutes played in a couple of more seconds. Now Mount Leinster Rangers begin to sing in the stand. The ball falls down. 14-man Camross. Battling bravely through the second half, but it's just catching up on them now. And they're just picking off the scores now on Mount Leinster Rangers. And they're going to pick off another one as the ball is picked up by John Cody. Cody gets the ball and Cody puts it over the bar. And hear the crowd roar. It's they're down now by 4 points. 3 points coming in the last 2 minutes for Mount Leinster Rangers, and they're completely dominating. And it's with Chris Nolan going for another one from the sideline. And it's all taking pot shots now. What a turnaround for Mount Leinster Rangers. They absorbed everything that Camross threw at them. There was only a point in it as we were in the 29th minute. But inside of 3 minutes now, or less even, there's 31 and a half minutes played. They've got 4 points in 2 minutes. And that's some return. Camross now fighting back, but they need a goal and they need more now. It's Andrew Collier down along the wing, back inside into the centre. Tips a little ball into the middle, but he was fouled, and the free in is to Camross. Oh, Mount Leinster Rangers suddenly took control, hit off 4 magnificent long range points. Chris Nolan, Dermot Byrne, John Cody a sub, and Chris Nolan again. 29 and a half, 30 minutes, 31 minutes and 31 and a half. There's still 2-3 minutes of additional time to be played. Standing over the free is Zane Keenan. This to narrow it back down to a 4-point game, but you feel at this stage Camross need 2 goals. Where are they going to come from? Right in the ball, striking it is in, pops it over the bar. Too little, too late at this stage. 14 points to 17, 3 between the sides. And the puck out will come inside again for the goalkeeper Frank Foley. We have 32 and a half minutes played. Scoreboard still says 17-13. Puck out goes away to the far side of the field. Up go the hurl, up go the hands. It's won again by that man Ted Joyce. Turns around, strikes it back into the middle. Richard Cody strikes one in high. Could be a goal here for they had the opportunity. Ball back outside again. Outside to another sub, Derek Byrne. And Derek Byrne pops it over the bar for Mount Leinster Rangers. I make that maybe 4 of their subs have scored. 18 points to 13 the scoreboard says. I had 18 points to 14, whatever. It's Mount Leinster Rangers again in the after 33 minutes of the second half. 2 minutes of additional time left. Mount Leinster Rangers back on the road again into an All-Ireland final 3 years ago. Slipped down a bit since. Brought in Brendan Fennelly this year, and they're back up after winning a dogfight in Carlow against St. Michael. And they're back here heading for the second round. After the ball, Camross fighting, but beaten with the ball on the far side of the field by Ted Joyce. How he wasn't in the starting line-out. Hits the ball back inside, but his pass in there to John Nolan, and John Nolan's shot was short. Out to the ball is this Ty Jordan. Jordan hits a massive one down the field. Standing under down there is Kieran Collier. Tries to win the ball, fighting to the bitter end, but that little scoring burst hurl slapped across a massive work, and he wasn't too happy about it. There was lad sent off, or less he's telling the referee. The referee telling him exactly the hurl was pulled straight across him. He's pointing back up along the field where his teammate was sent off. Darryl Dooley for a similar one, as he's saying, but it's too late now. The ball is down the far side of the field with cornerback Joe Phelan. Joe will be getting his award on the 1st of December's hurl of the year. Ball back outside, shot blocked. The shot was blocked from Kieran Collier. He was going for a goal, but there's a wall of Mount Leinster players back there, and one of them is Gary Kelly, and he sends the ball high up along the field. Ball falls down inside for John Cody. Cody knocks the ball out near the sideline. Tries to keep it in play. Being tackled over there. Ball taken off him. He then trips the player from behind. No whistle sounded, but Camross come away with the ball. But it's too late now. 34 and a half minutes played in the second half. Ball tipped straight down along the middle. Grab down there by Niall Holmes. Combs hits one inside, comes off the hurl of Kieran Collier, but he couldn't control it. Picked up by Rangers and brought it around, coming out one of the defenders, and tremendous play by Gary Kelly, who's had a great game at the wing half back. 18-13 the scoreboard says. 5 between the sides. Yellow card picked up. I think it's from Mossy Burke. He was given out a few minutes ago, and maybe that's what he's given out again. But a free will be to the goalkeeper. 64 minutes and 52 seconds played in the game. The last couple of seconds of play. Mount Leinster Rangers come looking for another score. The goalkeeper will take it. 50 metres out from his own goal. Not too many standing in the square inside. 5 between them on the scoreboard. Up he comes, rises the ball, strikes it into the clouds. Is it a score to polish it off? It's high, it's very high. It's over the bar from the goalkeeper. Kept the clean sheet at Frank Foley, and then finishes the game with a massive point from deep in his own half. 19 points to 13. It's all over at O'Moore Park. Mount Leinster Rangers are back. They'll pose problems for any of the big guns in Leinster. There's no question about that. And they win here, and they win in merit. We thought at half time they would win. And I just see Darrell, the man who was sent off, Darrell Dooley, going chasing back across the field to have words with the referee, I think, again, but it's all too late now. It's indifferent. He's telling the referee he shouldn't have been sent off. Would it have made a difference? We don't know. But as Camross are out of the Leinster campaign, these teams not doing well over the past couple of years, defeated in the first round, thought this year it was an opportunity for Camross, but on the day and on the second half in particular, Mount Leinster Rangers just too good. Final score from O'Moore Park: Mount Leinster Rangers of Carlow 19 points, Camross of Laois 13.